WHNT News 19's Courtney Crown.
WHNT News 19's Courtney Crown.
Courtney Crown. And what you'll notice first is a lot of this dirt all over the parking lot. You can see there's still glass lying right here, glass from the door of this attempted burglary. And it's about 3 inches right here on this street alone. But we're also going to take a walk over here just again to show you. You see that low shoulder sign, so that kind of gives you some context of what the road's like. I am literally stepping off the road right now, taking one step. Look at that. Already past that foot mark. This is Trayvon Jackson, and he's wanted on second-degree kidnapping charges. You can see the lines are down right here. It appears that a tree fell. Oh, there we go, you guys. Good morning. Huntsville police are looking for 2 people wanted in connection with all of the damage you see behind me. Well, guys, I did take a break, so I'm really, truly only on about 15. But let's just take a couple of steps over here. This is where those stolen cars were taken from. She says by simply snapping a picture with the dog, you can rewrite their story. Lots of damage, and it's not the only one in this community. Take a look. Playing Frisbee in no time. For now, I'm live in Huntsville. Courtney Crown, WHNT News 19.
I hired Mr. Paul and his tree service to take down his large oak tree, you can see from the stump in that, and a cedar tree.
71-year-old Charles Meltretter hired Paul Ransall of S&R Tree Service to do some work in his backyard in January.
He took the tree down. I didn't have any problems with that.
This is a copy of the contract, written and signed on January 18th. $1,800 for 2 takedowns and a haul-off, paid in full.
They wrote up the contract and that. I never really checked it.
The problem came when Ransall didn't uphold the second half of his signed contract.
And he never hauled away the trash.
So I made a call to Paul Ransall to hear his side. Why did you put in the contract haul off?
I put in the contract. I did not write the contract.
But he signed the contract.
My secretary made the mistake right, because when she brings it to me, I signed it, I'll read it.
When Ransall spoke to me initially over the phone on February 27th, he agreed to meet and tell his side of the story.
Your manager will want me to come in, talk to me. I don't have a problem with it.
I also confirmed S&R Tree Service does not have a business license in the city nor the county, something Meltretter didn't check for before the work began.
He showed me some paperwork that said it was his business license and his insurance, okay? And I didn't look it over too good.
A little more than a month later, Ransall found work at the home of Francis Bird.
He also got a paper out, and he showed it to me, and he said this is his license and his insurance paper. Well, I don't wear my reading glasses all the time, and he was out of a truck, and so I didn't really look at it real closely because I couldn't see it anyway.
Same story. Bird says he did part of the work but didn't follow through.
I called, and he said the stump grinder was on the way and those stumps would be gone that day. No show. No. The stumps are still there.
So I made another call to Ransall. This time, no answer, but a different voicemail.
This is the voicemail of Paul Ransall, better known as S&R Tree Service. I am not licensed or bonded, and I do not have insurance. You can check me out on the Better Business Bureau, or you can type me in under google.com. Please do not let me do your work.
Days later, Ransall agreed to meet us here at WHNT News 19 at 9 o'clock on Friday morning. He never showed up, and we still haven't heard from him. Now, the invitation is still open for Ransall to tell his side of the story and to make things right. Taking action in Madison County, Courtney Crown, WHNT News 19.
It's really cool.
Lowen Beasley got a degree from UAH and started his adult life in Huntsville.
I had a nice job. I worked for Boeing for a while.
Then he scheduled reconstructive shoulder surgery.
And it just escalated really fast to where I was doing a lot of pain pills.
Then a prescription couldn't fill his need.
That's when I went and tried heroin as well.
A successful analyst turned addict.
Really, it's the way it makes you feel. It helps you escape reality. It takes away the pain, physically and emotionally.
He found a needle, he lost his home.
It helps you just to get away from what's actually going on in your life.
He lived on the streets until he found the Downtown Rescue Mission last year.
And this place has saved my life.
It's given Lowen perspective.
I wasn't taking the drugs a lot of times just to get the high. I was taking it so I could actually function that day.
Imagine needing a drug to get out of bed in the morning.
The days that you may not feel like using, you have to because you're going to be sick.
Lowen's watched people sell their pills, pawn possessions, and steal from others.
It just becomes a chase with everybody. They do whatever they can to find these things. It's bad that people are dying and overdosing, but it also elevates crime.
Lowen's leaving that life. He's a front row student in his program's classes. Graduation is in his future. Today is about helping others.
Just talk with them. Find out what they're going through. Just explain to them the effects of not expressing yourself and getting those emotions out, because a lot of times people that use drugs want to express, and it's not really accepted in the family to talk about your feelings, or they're just too afraid to actually talk about it and they resort to using the drugs.
Today, Lowen only needs a caffeine boost to keep him focused on his future, drug-free.
I feel great physically and mentally, but I feel great spiritually as well. You know, coming here got me closer to the relationship with God, which I really needed that in my life.
In Huntsville, Courtney Crown, WHNT News 19.
When I close my eyes, I think of the last time I saw him, and, excuse me, he was carrying a skateboard.
Jason West's Aunt Jennifer's heart is broken.
I was supposed to come back 2 days later and take him to graduation lunch. But that's what I think of. How sweet he was. I'll see you, Jenny.
The case involving the death of her nephew is moving forward. 22-year-old DeCedric Ward pleaded not guilty to capital murder, robbery, and capital murder shooting from an occupied vehicle on Wednesday. DeCedric, do you have anything to say to the family? 19-year-old Trevor Cantrell faces the same charges.
I know it's going to be a long, drawn-out process, but I'm really grateful that it's begun. I'm grateful to all of the men and women who are working so hard on the investigation.
An investigation into a shooting at the Sonic restaurant on County Line Road the day after Christmas last year. Authorities say 18-year-old West believed he was purchasing Xanax from Ward and Cantrell. That's before authorities say Cantrell and Ward robbed him, and Ward pulled a trigger.
When I see them, it's just impossible for me to believe that I'm standing so close to people who could do such a thing, to such a sweet, sweet young man.
West family members band together to get through the heartache, grateful justice is being served.
The fact that it's such a long process kind of prevents closure, but I know that's the way justice moves, and that's how we can be sure the justice is done. But we're just really glad that things are moving along now.
In Limestone County, Courtney Crown, WHNT News 19.